Girl, where have you been? I haven't seen you in a very long time. Oh my gosh, mamas, I miss you. Where have you been? I've been here waiting for you. It's me, Heidi. What do you mean? Hey, you. Thank you for coming back to another one of my videos. I am so grateful that you're here watching me. It means the world to see you back. Today's story, it's gonna be about a time where my friends and I dressed up. We went out to a club and some parties, and on our way back to the house, the most crazy thing happened. Stay tuned to watch this. It's really juicy and it's so ridiculous. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So this story happened when I was about 20, 21, 22 years old. I'm not sure. It was in my 20s. But I remember that my homegirl Triana, my homegirl Eve, and my homegirl Leah, we used to just dress up just to go out for fun and meet guys and just have a good time. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just us, dressing up as women or cross dressing, going to a place to have fun, and then just going to eat after, like everyone else does when they go out, and then coming home. And then the next day, just talk about what happened. So it was this Saturday night where we all dressed up. We all went to, I believe it was like parties. We went to a few parties and then we ended up going to a club. It was a gay club somewhere in Hollywood, and it must have been, around what, like 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. We were already on our way back from like partying, and we were driving around Southgate, like heading back home. And on the way back, like I remember telling my friend, I'm going to remove my wig. I'm gonna just take off my stuff, right? Because we're almost gonna get home and like go back to like my normal self. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. So I started to take off like my socks from my breast, and then I started to I took off my wig. And right when I took off my wig, this guy was driving on the side of us, on the right side of us, and he looked at us and he like started to like follow us. We were driving and my friend was driving in her car, and the guy was driving a truck. And at first we didn't realize that he was like following us, but after a few blocks we realized that this person was actually following us. And we continued to drive just to like test it out and see if it was something that like we thought it was true, or if it was something that we were imagining. So my friend drove through like specific streets and like turned on purpose just to see like if they were following us, and the guy was following us. And in the moment, I know we didn't realize like why was the reason as to why he was following us. We never spoke to him, we never like even looked at him. And my friend, we were already on our way, like we were driving for a few minutes. I want to say at least 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. And then when we were closer to the house, she was gonna drop me off, and I was like, oh my god, how are we gonna do this? Like, I'm a little tipsy, we're coming back from partying, and I literally like had to put my wig back on because I had makeup on my face. I had to put my socks back on my breast. And my friend was like, well, let's do this, let's just have you when we drive by your house, just like get out of the car and run inside, and I'll drive off, so that like if he wants to chase me, he can chase me, but then you go inside. And I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work, because this guy's gonna probably, if he chases me, he's going to catch me, and he is going to want to like he's not gonna give me time to open the door. Mind you, my mom's house had like a wire door and then a regular door, like a wood door. So it was two keys. And when it's dark and there's no light on and a few drinks, girl, like you're not gonna be able to get through. But anyway, so I told my friend, okay, let's do that. I'll get off the car and I'll just run inside. And bitch, I got off of the car and I started running. And as I started running, instead of that truck following my friend, like chasing my friend, that truck just chased me, pulled into my mom's driveway, and then immediately got off of the truck and I ran and I was gonna run towards the door, but I thought about like I'm not gonna be able to make it. He's gonna catch me there. Why was I running? I don't know. I was panicking because I was dressed up and I didn't want to, encounter anyone at that time. It was like about 3 a.m. and I'm sure they were coming from somewhere drinking, and that was the reason why they were following us. And so then I get off the car and I like run and I go in, and instead of going towards the door, what I did is I went into the side, and there was a van that my grandma used to have there. Like, we wouldn't use it, but we would go there and hang out. Like, this was when we were like teenagers, and so that van was there, and I remember like running towards the van, but that man fucking chased me and caught up to me. And then by the time I almost made it by the van, he just popped out of nowhere. And when he did that, I was like, oh my god, like, what are you doing? Why are you following me? And he was like, oh no, I just want to like hang out with you. Like, I just think you're really beautiful. And I was just like, wait, like, no, 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 but I'm not a girl. And he was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And then he started like pointing on my breast. And then he was like, well, what about that? And I was like, oh my god, these are socks. Like, these are just socks. Like, these are not my breast. And then he like looked at my butt and he was like, well, what about that? Like, what do you think of that? And I was like, look, sir, like, I'm not looking to hook up, and I'm sorry, I'm not looking to be with you, so you gotta go. And he was there for like a little bit, like being messy and like wanting to like just hang out with me. But then my friend noticed that like he caught up to me, so she like turned around, came back to where I was at, and like we just told him like, we're not looking to hang out, you got to leave. And bitch, that shit was like scary, because back in the days, like, first of all, you wouldn't see trans people driving around, and you did not know what intentions. I mean, even nowadays, you don't know what intentions people have. But nowadays, there's more trans people than there was visibly than there was a couple of years ago, or maybe 2 decades ago. Like, that shit was really scary, and that is a story that I will never ever forget. And I just wanted to share this shit with you just so that you can get a laugh of it. I don't know if you've happened to experience anything like that in your life. If you have, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. This is Heidi Chires, and I love you. Bye.